What's going on, y'all? So listen. Oh, what's going on, y'all? Let me get myself together, girl. I literally just got back in the house. I went on ahead, or the apartment, condo, whatever you want to call it. I gotta get used to that, okay? But I just went on ahead and, I was debating. Should I go ahead and put my clothes in the washer? Just go ahead and wait or whatever. Girl, I just went on ahead and did it. By the time I finish this, they should be done, so that's good. But anyway, I was wanting to do some more other stuff, but I am pooped. I didn't get to bed until after fucking 2 o'clock last night. Like, it's become to the point where I need to have something to watch or whatever just on in the background so my ass can go to sleep a little bit. And I don't know what that's about. And it's only, maybe it's because I still got to get acclimated being here in a different environment. Because it just feels the same way how when I go out of town and I'm sleeping in a hotel or whatever, sometimes my sleep pattern get thrown off or whatever. But to be honest, I ain't never really had a sleep pattern, so hey, there's that. But anyway, what's going on, y'all? This white man love walking his dogs in our neighborhood. That's all right. The same one I've been seeing ever since I got over here. But anyway, let's just get up into this. I hope everybody has had such a good day. It was a nice day. I just don't understand why it's still so hot. I get it that it's still technically summer, but it's at the very tail end of summer. So I just feel like it should be like 70-degree weather, not 80, damn near 90-degree weather. I feel for y'all out there in LA because I heard that y'all got some, y'all going through a goddamn heat wave. But yeah, bear with us. We'll get through it some way, somehow, okay? But I just hope everybody's week has been doing and going well for them. Mine has been going. My week actually just kind of started because this is my first day back at work today, which is Wednesday. But anyway, and I gotta work this weekend. Let's just get up into the video, okay? Because we got some things to talk about. First of all, like, shit popped off literally right after I put my what it is up. Honestly, I hate when that be happening because sometimes it be good stories or whatever, or I be having my opinions to talk about it, but it just comes at the wrong time and I don't be feeling like doing the what it is extra because I don't feel like it's worth that, girl. But get into this whole situation with King and T.I. and all that shit. I just don't understand what it is about some of these celebrity kids who literally made it out the hood so that they can do better, so that their kids will not have to experience the things that they had to experience when they were growing up. The poverty, the gang violence, I'm not even gonna say police because that's a given any and everywhere. But, things like that. You're getting things literally handed to you, okay? You're not poor. You live in a good house. You got your bills paid. You ain't got to worry about where the next food coming from. You ain't got to worry about nothing, okay? But yeah, you go out here and you try to portray this image that you are not. And I don't know if we can truly say like it's the media or what they put out there, because especially in the black culture or what's part of black culture, we see in our music, with the rappers or whatever, and they're portraying this thug life or gangster stuff, and I've got a couple of bodies and I go sell this and I do this or whatever and I fuck all these hoes and all this shit. And so, okay, I guess some kids want to emulate that, or some people want to emulate that. But I'm going to need King to calm the fuck down, okay? I'm going to need King to calm the fuck down. Now, see, I'm not going to go the route that everybody else was going, because some people were being really, really cruel. Really, really cruel. And y'all can already figure out what I'm talking about. But I'm not going to do that because I don't like talking about people like that. But I'm going to just say this. He wound up getting arrested. Okay. He wound up getting arrested last week, and the only reason why we knew that he got arrested was because, he wanted to put it on display, saying that, yeah, they done pull me over, look at these papers and all this stuff and this, and, they got me that goddamn. I'm sitting here like, first of all, who really wants to put on display that they got arrested, and then you ain't even get arrested for nothing? You got arrested for a goddamn moving violation. He put that shit on display and put it on, Instagram or whatever it was, like he was arrested for selling drugs, like he had a kilo in the car, like he caught a body or something like that. And he just wanted to put out there so bad. Who that is? He just wanted to put out there so bad that he got in jail. He got that on his record. He out and all this stuff. And then because people were saying he need to stop acting like he trying to play gangster, because he already got money and all that stuff, that just feeds into his ego. He gets on live and he's in the tub. He's addressing the stuff and he's being very cocky with it. And I just, listen, maybe because I just haven't lived that life, but I just know how my self would. I'm just not that type of boastful person. I don't feel like I have anything to prove anyway, so I'm not going to be acting like that. If I was to have grown up in the environment where I grew up with, where they grew up at, meaning that you got everything handed to you, you don't have to go out here doing all this fuck shit that you're doing, because it's right there. It's right there. Why are you doing this? I would just be laid back in the cut and just live my life and be issue free for the moment. You know what I'm saying? Until real life shit hits me. I wouldn't try to make more trouble for myself when I don't even need it. Like, it makes no sense what he's doing. And I just need... T.I., you getting online talking about some, I already talked to King and, he's going to head down the path where, he's going to end up in jail if he keeps on doing what he's doing and all this stuff. Get offline talking to us and go talk to your son. Okay, go spend some more time with your son. Okay, go get your son in some programs or whatever. And I get it, he 18 years old and King always been hard-headed as hell, but still, it is something else that you and Tiny can do, because Tiny be putting up with that shit. Tiny play up in that shit. Tiny be promoting a whole bunch of his shit. You know what I'm saying? So I blame partly the parents, and I blame the fact that he want to live up to an image that he is not. You are not a thug. You are not a gangster. Ain't shit hard about you, and I was about to say something else, but I'm not going to do that. Y'all will do it in the comments, okay? I just want him to get his shit together. I really do. Meanwhile, let's get into this whole situation with Tiffany Haddish and Ari Spears. Last week I had to go off on Ari Spears. Not necessarily go off, but yeah, I had to tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because, he came for Lizzo for no goddamn reason. And as soon as that shit went up, bitch, all of a sudden later that night, either the next day or later that night, it came out saying that Tiffany Haddish and Ari Spears was being sued by Jane Doe and John Doe for sexual molestation or something like that. And I was just like, oh my God, what the fuck? Putting them two together. I know they do comedy. I just didn't know that they cross paths like that, because I'm going to be honest, all right? I don't check for Ari Spears, never have. I mean, he was cool on Mad TV, but it ain't like I'm going out. God damn it. Hold on, y'all. My bad, the fucking paper fell on the floor. I got the air on and it just blew it all off. But anyway, I ain't never been checking for no Ari Spears like that. Yeah, he was funny on a Mad TV or whatever. He's funny sometimes when he do his impersonations or whatever. That's fine. But outside of that, no, I don't check for him. Then you get Tiffany Haddish. When Tiffany Haddish first came onto the scene, I say she was different in the sense of, I ain't never seen nobody act a complete plum fool the way she does, making fun of herself and, just acting. She just got this very much ghetto act, okay? And I hate to say it like that, but I don't know how other way to put. She's like a caricature. What is it? A caricature? How you say the word? caricature. There you go. Of like stereotypical black ghetto bullshit. That's what she's like. She gives me the black 70s exploitation type feel. You know what I'm saying? Where they played into that ghetto-ness. They played into the pimp shit. They played into the whole shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what she gives me, you know? She's just being loud. She's being very ratchet or whatever. And I ain't gonna lie, for the most part, I can deal with it. But sometimes I look at certain things that she do and say, and it do kind of make me cringe, you know, a little bit. Like when she was on the red carpet or whatever, and I don't know which award show it was, and she brought that chicken in the bag, the fried chicken or whatever. And it wasn't because it was fried chicken. It just like, girl. I mean, it's a time and a place. It's a time and a place. And it ain't about respectability politics. It's just like, girl, I would never bring no shit like that. No food and do no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just what I'm comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? And it just made her, in my eyes, look a little foolish, but whatever. And then y'all remember when she came out and said that, you know, put that whole rumor out there that somebody bit Beyonce on the cheek, and y'all was coming for Sanaa Lathan neck the whole time. But that's neither here nor there. We never got a confirmation on that. And if we did, whoops. Anyway, I'm not going to sit here and be like, you know, I don't like Tiffany Haddish. For the most part, she's tolerable, but sometimes she can be a little bit much, okay? And ever since this whole thing came out, I mean, everybody and their mama, my whole timeline was just coming out. People talking shit about Tiffany and, oh, she's been weird, pulling up all her old stuff. And, you know, she made some inappropriate jokes or whatever that was, you know, like, girl, excuse me. You know, the joke about liking somebody young ass son or whatever. Wait till you grow up. I hope you still fine or whatever and all this stuff. And I hope you like older women, whatever the joke was. And I was just like, oh, you know, I don't follow Tiffany career like that. Okay. So a lot of the stuff I don't know, and I wasn't checking for, and I'm still not checking for. This information in this situation is not going to affect me none, because I wasn't like ooh, I need to go ahead and watch something with Tiffany Haddish in it. I got to do this and I got to do that. But it is a serious thing, okay? And the lady that's coming out, because it's weird. It's weird the way that they got it. They say that, and I'm just going to read it. It said a shocking lawsuit alleges that comedians Tiffany Haddish and Britney Spears recruited a woman identified as Jane Doe and her younger brother into performing inappropriate sexually subjective acts in sketches when they were minors. She's 22 now, he's 14. This happened 7 years ago when she was 14 and he was 7 years old. Okay? They are siblings, and she, the 22-year-old, I think she has custody. She's the legal guardian of her brother. But yet the mother is also pursuing this. So it says that the daughter, Jane Doe, the 22-year-old, is pursuing this, but also the mother is pursuing this. But, you know, already right there, I'm just a little confused as to if what's going on in that situation. It probably don't matter, but I still want to know what's going on in the situation where the sister is allegedly the legal guardian of the brother. You know, I don't know. It's just crazy. But yet then you have the mother also pursuing this lawsuit. And from what I've heard, and from what, you know, people on Tiffany and Aries camp heard or been saying, basically this lady knows Tiffany. They've been cool for a minute. And they even said up in this little synopsis that I got that, you know, they used to kick it all the time when she go do her movies or whatever. And, you know, this one particular time, she basically wanted her to, you know, use her kids. How did it go? I want to get it correct. Their mother alleges that she and Haddish met through comedy and bonded over a shared source of strife. We were both going through a divorce. Messy divorces. We really got super close. Tiffany Haddish was married at one point. I gotta go look that up. I didn't know that shit either. Haddish called the family for every birthday and every Christmas. The siblings' mother noted that for years Haddish reliably checked in, whether that be from a movie set or overseas. In the summer of 2013, when the young girl was 14 years old, she attended a comedy camp where Haddish appeared as a guest speaker. Around that time, Haddish allegedly told the child that she found a perfect role for her very own commercial. Neither the girl nor her mother knew what the shoot was about and what it entailed. Only Haddish knew and only Aries knew. And so basically, when they get there, she had the girl allegedly, according to this lawsuit and what is being alleged and accused by this girl, is that, you know, she's 14 years old. She's being put in a position where she did not know what this role was. She just went on ahead and took it. And come to find out, they were eating some food like a hot dog or something like that, but they were supposed to be, you know, eating it sexually subjectively. You know what I'm saying? And it was with other women and people that was there, and they were just being overly sexually suggestive on this hot dog, as if they were performing sex acts or fellatio and everything, and moaning and groaning. And she's 14 years old, and she was a little confused about what was going on. Like, excuse me, miss, what am I doing? So Tiffany had to coax her into doing it, allegedly, and show her what to do, tell her to get into it. She was very much uncomfortable. She didn't like what was going on, and she just didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, but she wound up doing it. And then she said after all of that happened, Tiffany paid her $100. Meanwhile, on another part, I guess, of this place, you know, they were doing something with the brother, 7-year-old brother. And that is the clip that keep on going around right about now. That video went up on Aries Spears, and it's not alleged because it did happen. That video went up. He actually posted it on his YouTube channel because somebody found some tweets from other people who had tweeted about it and said, why would you even make something like this when it was made like in 2015? I think that's what it was, okay? And at this point, if you didn't see the clip, it's a 1-minute clip with this boy, the boy that's in question, you know, and he's literally being dropped off at uncle's house, and Tiffany is the mother, and she's dropping him off to the uncle's house, played by Aries Spears, and he's basically a pedophile, okay? And you know, he's looking at the boy through the magazine. What was it? Eyes cut out of the newspaper. The boy is sitting there in his underwear. You know what I'm saying? And throughout the whole thing, he was just in his underwear, and he's just eyeing him. And then you got R. Kelly, My Mind's Telling Me No, you know, playing in the background and everything. And, you know, he's just looking. At one point, what really disgusted me, and I'm sorry to put this out here, they zoomed in on the boy's crotch. Okay? And then, you know, it was another scene where the boy comes over there. He's again getting groomed, and, you know, Aries is looking at him and just, you know, you know what I'm saying? The boy is naked in the tub. We can't see anything because it's like bubbles all over, but eventually Aries get in the tub with the boy, you know. And it was... Then at the very end, you have the boy looking through his highlights magazine at Aries in a sexually subjective way, and looking at him as if he got his clothes off, and then going over there to put oil, like baby oil, on him. And this was a Funny or Die sketch talking about, you know, be careful who you leave your kids with. That's what the message was. Be careful who you leave your kids with. And I get that it's a sketch. But at the same time, and I get that you're trying to bring awareness, but this is not how you bring awareness to pedophilia, okay? First of all, it's not a joke. Pedophilia is not a goddamn joke. We don't see nothing funny about anybody doing any harm to children at all. And then you actually do this shit, and you mean to tell me that the mama didn't know? Because this is what the mother is saying. The mother had no clue that this was what it was, okay? Had no clue that this is what the sketch was about. This is what the acting opportunity was about. They would not show her what was filmed. The boy was uncomfortable. The boy felt some type of way, you know, afterwards for some time. And, you know, because of that, she wanted to know what was going on. They never showed her anything. They basically said that it wasn't edited, it wasn't being put up or whatever. And it wasn't until like a couple of years later, I think it was like 4 years later or something like that, that somebody had mentioned it and put it up. And that's when the mama actually was able to see what happened. And my whole thing with this is, I don't know if anything, if they got a case. You know, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. It's a lot of details to it. It's a lot of twists. It's a lot of turns. It's a lot of stuff that say, oh, and then it's a lot of stuff that say, huh? Okay? I'm not here to victim blame. I'm not here to victim shame. And I'm not here to say this didn't happen or that didn't happen. I can see if people have doubts, and I can see if people believe. But at the end of the day, update is that they say Jane Doe, she wants them to be arrested right now because they got evidence that some other shit did happen. And I'm sitting here like, if according to Tiffany and them, they've been trying to pursue this lawsuit or whatever, it's like an exploitation, trying to get money out of them for the past few years, you know. And if you have all this evidence, well, why not just go ahead and take it to the police and file those charges to get them arrested if you've been had the evidence? That's the question I have, okay? I'm not saying that it didn't happen. I'm just saying what is going on. Because then I can see how it's looking like the exploitation that could be possibly had. But also, looking at that video, that shit definitely happened about, you know, putting that baby in a position that, like what? I would feel some type of way. And it's like, did the mother really not know what was going on? Because at the end of the day, if I have kids, I'm not signing off on anything that I don't know what is going on, and I am not on the fucking set. Why wasn't the mother allowed on the fucking set if she got an underage child working? That part don't make sense for me. So it's like, were you there or were you not there? I'm just saying, I'm looking at it from all sides, you get me? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying innocent, I'm not saying guilty. But I'm just saying, I'm poking, and I'm bringing up what people probably thinking. You know what I'm saying? Certain things just don't make sense. But even if it comes out that this is like a money grab, which I can see it being, because again, if you had something that could get them arrested immediately, how come you didn't do that earlier, years ago, when I guess Tiffany and them said that you've been trying to pursue this, okay? So it seemed like you was trying to get money years ago with this lawsuit, but now you want to get jail time, okay? And it's like, at the end of the day, it's all fucked up. It's all fucked up. I don't know if Tiffany, well, Aries, wasn't nobody looking for him, but Tiffany was the bigger star in this situation. I don't know if she will be able to bounce back from this. She did release a statement. They can't really talk right now. You know, she knows about the whole thing, but she can't really talk too much on it because legal, you know, and that's understandable. Same thing with Aries or whatever. But at the same time, even if these allegations turn out to be false, that nothing really happened, but then there's also still that video. You know, she did say that she wished she wasn't a part of that video, but unfortunately she was, you know what I'm saying? But there's that video, and it just doesn't look right. And honestly, I feel like she getting more of the blame, of the brunt of the shit, when she only was in the video. If you saw the video, she only dropped the child off. That's it. It was Aries that was doing all the nasty shit. Okay? So I just don't understand why it's not, unless I'm not looking at the right people tweeting about it. I just see more people coming at Tiffany or whatever, but maybe it's because she's the bigger name in this situation. It's all messed up, and it's all a reputation ender, you know, and a reputation destroyer. And that's, I don't know if her reputation could recover from this. But then again, Hollywood is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Hollywood is strange. But, you know, they will forgive a white person for, I'm sorry to put it like that, a Caucasian actress for doing some crazy, silly, stupid, disgusting stuff. They will forgive them and let them go about their life. But it's another fucking code, or it's another fucking thing when it comes to black actors and actresses. Oh, we get held to a different standard. Okay. I just don't understand why people just feel like, why you, I don't know. I'm not gonna go there because we can get off that, because see, this is what I'm talking about. Ricky Martin, update on him. He's suing a nephew that came after him for $20 million for trying to fuck up his reputation for the sexual assault, or saying that he was, having a relationship with him and all that stuff, and having people believe it. And then, he took it back, had that restraining order put up against him. He took it back, and that can fuck up your your reputation. Okay, whether or not it's proven that you did not do it, it's the fact that somebody had the balls, the gall, to audacity to actually bring that up against you. Calling somebody a pedophile, calling somebody a molester, calling somebody a sexual assaulter, or anything in that range, a sexual abuser, that is nothing that people take lightly. And that is a career damaging situation, accusation, whether it's true or not. Okay. And I mean, we know Ricky ain't gonna get 20 million out of the nephew, but I'm not mad at him for suing. What else is going on? Y'all tell me y'all thoughts on the Tiffany Haddish situation, and Britney Spears. Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock. See, this is what I'm talking about. People, like, after the past couple of weekends, people been like, this is why Chris Rock got his ass slapped, okay? He said something about that the Oscars wanted him to host again. He said he wouldn't do it. It's just like if he was Nicole Brown Simpson going back to the restaurant, the scene of the crime at the restaurant or whatever. And y'all know the story with Nicole Brown Simpson, given the fact that that's not where she was murdered at. But, of course, that pissed a bunch of white women and white Americans off, because how dare you talk about her, even if it's in a joke. And again, you made a distasteful joke. But, they didn't get up and roar when, the joke was on Jada. But that's just how they do. Okay? Protect this woman, but not this woman. All right. But at the same time, you got that going on. And I guess he got a little tour or something going on over there in Europe. And him and Dave Chappelle all of a sudden linking up and everything. Mind you, I don't follow their career like that. I know that Chris Rock has been in the business for a long time. I know he's been on the comedy circuit for a long time. In some people's eyes, he's a legend. He's an icon. Understandable. I'm just going to be honest, okay? I'm not finna sugarfoot. I'm not finna sugarcoat. I'm not finna just lie here because of all the situation that's going on and because I do like Will Smith. I'm going to be 100% honest. When it comes to Dave Chappelle and when it comes to Chris Rock, I never, ever understood the hype. Prior to this shit and after this shit, I never understood the hype of them. They had some things that was okay, that I actually was cool with. I Think I Love My Wife. I absolutely love that movie. And I actually probably only love it really because it was Kerry Washington that was up in there. But I would watch that movie anytime. Okay. Pootie Tang, I didn't watch it for him. He annoyed the fuck out of me in that movie though. But he probably had a couple of other ones that I probably would watch, but other than that, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I really don't find his brand of comedy funny. I don't find a lot of Dave Chappelle brand of comedy funny. Okay. I'm one of the very, very few that did not get the hype of the Chappelle show. I mean, it had its moments, but it was a few sketches that probably was funny or whatever, but I wasn't the one that was going back looking at all of it. I never really just fully watched all of it because it just never really caught my attention like that. I guess my humor is set up differently, okay? I'm not trying to be different. I'm not trying to be, outside and all this shit. That's just how it is. I'm just being honest, all right? And so you got these two motherfuckers linking up ever since this whole thing happened between, Chris Rock and Will put out the video. Chris Rock talking about that apology video looked like he was held hostage. And, they talking about, you got Dave Chappelle talking about how Will Smith showed how ugly he is Because for the past 30 years he had this mask on trying to show that he was nice and perfect or whatever in front of the people, but now we see how ugly he really is and he needs to keep that mask off and get used to this face. And I'm sitting here like, wow, I get you joking and you doing all this stuff, but baby, the shit didn't even happen to you, Dave, okay? What you need to be fucking worried about is the people that you out here offending with your jokes, quote unquote, which is what you feel. Your jokes, Dave Chappelle jokes recently have been literally what he feels, okay? And how he thinks. The issue on the trans and all that stuff. You know, you're out here offending people. You're out here being ugly to people, but yet you out here doing all of this shit and saying all this stuff about Will as if Will literally did something that caused so much harm to somebody. When you got Chris Rock over here saying the slap wasn't shit, but yet you don't want to talk to him, you keep bringing it up, and I get it's comedy, that's probably the way that you go through your thing or whatever, I understand that, but at the end of the day, it's almost as if you're dragging it out because, you know, let me go ahead and say a joke about it on this tour, whatever, because I'm going to get paid. I'm going to get paid to talk about it one way or the other. But at this point, it just makes you look a little bitter. And I'm like, can we get over it? And I know you like, oh, you can't tell nobody when to get over some shit, but come the fuck on. You're dragging it the fuck out at this point, okay? Either talk to the man, go over there and slap that motherfucker back, and call the shit even and move the fuck on, because at this point you the only one that's harping on that shit. Granted, I know the offense was done to him, but the man apologized, and I mean, he ain't gotta accept it, but goddamn, I can expect him to be saying some shit. But Dave Chappelle, like, sir, you shut the fuck up. And it's just, you want to know what's bothering me about it? It's because they acting as if this man really did something so fucking terrible. And when I say terrible, like he went up on stage and, you know, he pummeled him. Okay? Like he went up on stage and he had a knife and he stabbed him up, or he shot him, or he had a baseball bat and he busted up his kneecaps and all that stuff. He slapped him one time and went back and sat down, and you said that the slap wasn't shit. Is it your ego, you know, because you got embarrassed? Okay, I can see that. But Dave Chappelle, what is your reasoning? Because you riding his dick? I mean, I guess friends take it for friends, but goddamn, calm the fuck down, okay? Like, you getting your east off of fucking a situation that ain't had shit to do with you? Like, come on. And it just makes me feel as though Dave Chappelle ain't never really fucked with Will Smith like that. That's what it feel like. Because why you saying all this shit now? Dave Chappelle ain't really fuck with Will Smith like that. That is the tease that is given. And I just need him to calm the fuck down and to go get some new material that's actually funny to me. Okay? Meanwhile, they filming season 2 of Bel-Air. Alright? So, you know, I will be looking at that. Moving on from that, Kanye West. I just want... It's like we'll go a period without talking about this man, and then he'll start spiraling. So he was mad at The Gap for doing stuff without his permission, having meetings and putting stuff out without his permission. He's also, mad at Adidas for putting out, according to him, fake Yeezys, okay? And I said, I can't believe y'all made that shit so goddamn popular. I could have sworn that shit wasn't gonna go nowhere. Fool the fuck out of me, because I said, y'all really paying hundreds of fucking dollars for holy ass clothes? For holy ass clothes? Wow. I ain't never owned a pair of Yeezys or nothing. I just never had the desire to. I don't know. And after the way that motherfucker been acting, hell no, I will not, okay? You got that. Now, see, when it comes to the business side of things, I can understand him being pissed off, because don't do shit if it's my stuff. You pulled me on board. You gave me this control. You gave me this right. You gave me this. This is my design. This is my stuff, my product, and all this stuff. Should not be involved in the stuff. Should not have a fucking say. And why are you putting out fake product if that's what it is? And, you know, he feel like Adidas is doing him wrong. And so you got Diddy, after this whole spiraling bullshit that happened between him and Kim, Diddy putting out a text message or whatever that, was going, text message exchange that was happening between him and Kanye, basically saying, yeah, it ain't right what Adidas doing to you and all this shit. This what they always do to us black people and woo woo woo. And I'ma stand with you. I ain't buying no more Yeezys. I ain't buying no more Adidas, okay? And then gonna caption it and tell us join the boycott of Adidas. Adidas ain't do shit to me. You want me to you want me and others to join a boycott because y'all can't get y'all way? Y'all motherfuckers can't get y'all way, especially goddamn Kanye West, who out here fucking spiraling, who out here just, first of all, charging all this goddamn money for the goddamn shit. That's one. Two, like, you done did so much negative shit that I'm like, fuck that. I ain't finna stand behind you on this shit. Girl, you better go over there and talk. Go figure that shit out on your own. Don't pull us up in it, because that ain't got shit to do with me at all. When Beyonce and Adidas, okay, drop the next line to Ivy Park, Ashley will be swiping that goddamn card, and y'all already fucking know that. It is what the fuck it is. Somebody tried to come at me. Somebody tried to come at me in my Sheree video because I was talking about the little clothing line or whatever. Mind you, I said so much good stuff about that girl, but I pointed out the facts of what the issue was. It wasn't her line, technically. It was just a drop ship type of situation, and that, the price was a little bit too high, okay, for something like of that caliber, for a t-shirt with emojis on it that was wrinkled and old ass sayings. It was too high. $142. That's ridiculous, okay? And just because I said, I get Ivy Park or whatever, and her shit is higher than Ivy Park shit. Mind you, that's Adidas and Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just pointing out the difference, like a national chain and you. And I know there are some boutiques or whatever, they have good stuff, and yeah, it deserves to be priced the way that it's priced, but not from somebody that's not consistent. You know what I'm saying? And who presented it as if it was going to be something that's originally theirs. You know what I'm saying? But this person basically said, you gotta be crazy. So you willing to give your money to billionaires instead of a thousandaire? You fucking right. Because what? I can. Mind you, this person follows, or they I don't know if they still do, but I had to get that ass together because I'm like, why are you pocket watching me? Why do you care what I give my shit to? And literally in that same video, I said I support black owned. I would buy a black owned something from a black owned business, even if I can't wear that shit. And at the end of the day, I will spend my money the way that I want to spend my money. And don't come at me talking about you will give your money to a billionaire instead of a thousandaire. I give my money to hundredaires. I give my money to thousandaires. I give my money to millionaires. And I give my money to billionaires. Just like you. Because if you're wearing Nike, if you're wearing Adidas, if you're wearing any of these name brand athletic products, brands, or whatever, baby, you're giving your money to a billionaire corporation, to billionaire white folks too, okay? Just to let you know that. At least I'm giving my shit partly to billionaire black folks. And let me get on that bitch right quick. Jay-Z, sir, come to the forefront. Your wife is having a good time. Your wife is having a goddamn good time. And I'm going to need your ass to stay off of Twitter Spaces, okay? I'm going to need you to stay off of Twitter Spaces. Jay-Z is coming off as a nigga who was in the streets. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? He got a little bit of education. He got a little business smarts or whatever. And now he think he know a lot of stuff, which he most likely do. But baby, I need you to calm that shit down. And I need you to just admit that, bitch, you a capitalist. Just about all these motherfuckers that got a lot of goddamn money and everybody that's in business are fucking capitalists. It is what it is, okay? That's just what it is. You are a black capitalist. It's not a bad thing, okay? It can be a good and a bad thing depending on how you make it. But do not get up on the fucking internet trying to make it seem as if... Did he say something about The way that they use black capitalist as if it's the new N-word. Now, Jay-Z, I slap the shit out of you for saying some shit like that. I'm sorry for whoever over there in that camp that's probably watching this video, but I just had to say it. I'm not a fake bitch, okay? I'm not a fake bitch. You are a black capitalist. It is what it is. All these motherfucking entertainers are black capitalists, okay? Even if you want to call out our faves, your fave is a black capitalist too. If they're black. I mean, if they're making money off of you or they're in business, bitch, you're a fucking capitalist, okay? You know, and it's just the way that you do your shit, whether it's a good thing or it's a bad thing. But baby, don't get up on the goddamn internet talking about something, it's the new N-word. Jay-Z, you gotta fucking stop. Put that shit on the kibosh. Don't play us like we dumb, okay? Please don't do that. Don't play with our sensibilities like that. I woke up, I said, bitch, what the fuck is Jay-Z talking about? I said, child, get his ass off them goddamn spaces. But yeah, moving on from that, the weekend he had to cut his show short out there in LA. He sang one song and then he tried to go into the second one. He said, oh my God, you guys, my voice went out. I said, oh, that's fucked up, okay? On the one hand, you know, because I was like, and I said this before, I don't think The Weeknd can sing. He can carry a little tune, but I wouldn't call it singing. You know what I'm saying? I think, you know, for me, I feel like some people feel like he can truly sing because he has a high voice, and sometimes with a higher pitch, it makes it seem as though they can really, really sing, but they really can't. In my opinion, I feel like he's not a singer like that, like people portray him to. Can he hold a tune? Yes. Do he got some good songs that I actually like? Yes. So when he said his voice went out, I was like, that's kind of fucked up. I just want to know, did he, you know, warm up or whatever? And that is something that I be thinking about. I actually, with a lot of these singers, especially the ones that do all these songs that they be belting out, like Christina Aguilera, Jennifer Hudson, even Beyonce sometimes, I be like, damn, ain't y'all gonna strain, Fantasia, bitch. Like, you know, you gonna strain your vocal cords and your shit go out one day. That probably is a singer or an entertainer's nightmare, okay? And for that shit to happen at the very beginning of the goddamn show, oh, I know he felt bad as shit. But, he said he returning soon, so, you know, you got to get that together. Me. Drink some tea. Drink some hot water, lemon, honey, vocal rest, okay? Relax the muscles, you know, massage. You know, do what you got to do. Be quiet, okay? Stacey Dash, get that lady some help. Get that lady some help. Now, I don't want to accuse her of anything because I don't know that lady's struggle. I just know when she was on College Hill, she dashed up out of here. Hey, they running in the neighborhood. Girl, it's too dark for that. She was like, girl, it's too many black folks here. I'm going to have to jet. That mama dashed her ass out of there on a fake-ass ambulance. I said, what? It was 1.5 episodes in and she was gone, bitch. And the way that she was acting, I was just like, she coming off as if she on a little something. And I don't want to say that because I don't know what's going on with her. But then all of a sudden, you know, she been putting up videos or whatever talking about something. She's sober. She this year sober and all this shit. But bitch, mama got on the internet. She put up a TikTok saying, here she go. You guys, I just I'm coming to you guys today because I honestly had no clue that DMX passed. Like I was just reading things on the internet and then they said that DMX passed and I had no idea that he had passed. And not only did he pass, like he passed from cocaine, and it's just like, oh my God, you know, and to this day, I'm like 6 years sober from that. And if you can rid yourself from the evils of cocaine, just don't do it. Just let this be a lesson. Oh my God, rest in peace, DMX. Stacey, you 6 years sober from cocaine. That don't mean you 6 years sober from anything else that you're doing. I just hope she knew that Whitney Houston was gone, Michael Jackson been gone, Michael K. Williams, he gone, he been gone for a year. Prince gone too, you know, and some other people been gone as well. I'm not gonna touch it no more. Let me move on, okay? Y'all remember when the Fugees was supposed to be going on tour last year, and then all of a sudden they canceled? We thought it was Lauren. Baby, it wasn't Lauren, it was Prize. Prize finna get charged with goddamn money laundering. And with the guy, it was this dude that conned a whole bunch of money from Malaysia. Oh my God. And I just looked at this documentary about him. Bitch, when I tell you he took billions of dollars from the motherfuckers. And they basically got him working with the motherfucker or in conjunction with him, and he got to go to trial on November 9th. So that's why they couldn't go nowhere. They couldn't go overseas because he can't leave the country. I said, oops, there's that. This situation with Britney Spears and her family is just so freaking sad, and I feel like it's ridiculous at this point. And I feel like all of this stuff that is coming out now after this conservatorship has been taken away, I feel like they're doing all this stuff and saying the things that they're saying because they're salty that she is no longer constrained, she is no longer being controlled, and she is actually speaking her mind about things that is happening. Kevin Federline, what you are doing is disgusting. You are in your feeling at this point. I can't help but feel like he's in his feelings because he know that gravy train is about to stop. That man is getting $40,000 a month for child support. And in a couple of years, that shit will be gone. Okay? Because she's about to cut that shit off. It's gotten to the point where all of a sudden, we didn't hear shit from you all these years now. All of a sudden, now that Britney is out on her own, a married woman, you're doing interviews overseas because, bitch, we don't want to hear you over here, okay? Ain't nobody finna waste their time talking to your ass over here. So let's go overseas and give them a little something. And basically, you held the kids back from her. You did nothing when she was on fucking conservatorship. You was probably in on it as well because you was getting paid from it. You know what I'm saying? You got your kids, at least one of them, out here speaking to the fucking interviewer, whatever, talking about basically defending what the daddy did to Britney, the conservatorship and all this shit, and talking about the relationship between him and Britney, and it's just not good, but I can see it being fixed and everything. Britney went the fuck off on him. Britney went the fuck off on him and in so many words called him a spoiled ass brat. Okay, I done everything I can for you. Yes, I know I wasn't the best mother, but baby, you can't make me out to be trash like you trying to. And I was so here for Britney for standing up for herself. Like, she loading the clip and she just taking it out. Pop, 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 bitch. Okay, you say something and I'm gonna come back 10 times harder and say some more shit that's gonna knock your ass down. And at the end of the day, they trying to paint this narrative of Britney that's negative. No one is buying it. Y'all should have came out and said that shit first before we found all the bullshit out about this conservatorship. Because regardless, we're going to be on her side. Because at this point, it just seems like y'all ganging up on this lady. And this lady ain't even doing shit. And every time you try to put out some evidence showing that, oh, this is her doing this and whatever, what we see is her being a motherfucking mother. And y'all being spoiled ass brats. I just can't. Write them out your real, Britney. Write them out your real, okay? You know, there's that. Black Lives Matter got somebody else up in that crew that's being accused of stealing money. Stealing $10 million from donations from the organization. What is his name? Shalimai Bowers. I said what? Mind you, he was put in place by Patrice Cullors, who was also accused of stuff. At the end of the day, this shit is making us look fucking bad and making it so bad for people who actually want to donate to legitimate organizations, because at this point we don't know what's real or not. And I'm going to be honest, I don't donate often to a lot of these organizations because I don't trust them. We are living in a day and age of Sean King and all these other people that we don't know are legit, that have so much stuff coming out against them, and we be thinking this shit is legit, and it's like, where's the money going? I done gave it, or we just think that it's so much money here. Where's the money going? Oh, it's nowhere. It's nowhere. but to their pockets. Not to the people that's supposed to get it, but to the people in the organizations that are doing their pockets. I hope they got proof that this is going on and not just saying it, but this is fucked up. That's fucked up. This is why people have trust issues, okay? Congratulations to Serena Williams. I think Serena Williams has officially retired. She was in Wimbledon. She lost in the third round. But I saw her little speech, and I just love the way that she always mentions Venus. Venus was sitting up in there stand trying not to cry. Venus was me. But then again, I probably, oh bitch, you would have saw a tear come out my eye. You know, I'm that type of person. I could be stone faced for a minute, but then after a while, you will see my face start getting red, and you will see that lip tremble a little bit trying to suck it in, and then you will see a couple of tears just come down because you giving me praises, and I love you too. Oh my God, it was just a beautiful moment. They should have let Venus come down there. I know it was Serena moment, but Venus and Serena was just, I never thought we would see some shit like that. Like black girls from the fucking hood with beads dominating a motherfucking predominantly white sport. Oh my God. And congratulations to Coco Gauff too. So paving the way, being inspirations to everybody. And if you say you're not inspired, you's a goddamn lie. Okay. Go rest, Serena. Go rest. You deserve it. They said Gustavo Arnal, the chief financial officer of Bed Bath & Beyond, he jumped off a building in New York. Trigger warning. Sorry about that. He was only 52 years old. Now, they said this came after it came out saying that they was about to close down 150 Bed Bath & Beyond stores and that they might have to file bankruptcies. But also, and they had to lay off approximately 20% of the corporate staff. The company had also secured more than $500 million in finances to shore up its financial straight, but he was in a class action lawsuit, basically, you know, scheming, inflating the shit, taking money or whatever, and the shit was coming down on him. He was about to get charged with some shit, and instead of just fucking taking it like a fucking man, took his life. Took his life. You can do the crime, you can cause the shit to fucking falter, but you can't stand the consequences. Let me tell you something. Corporate shit is just another beast in its own. I never forget when Wall Street, what was it, the whole when the banks and everything failed. Oh my God, that was a business person's nightmare. And that was just like, baby, we didn't have scandals like, we don't have scandals like we had back in the day, bitch. When the housing market tanked, the banking shit tanked, bitch. When Enron happened, baby, that was news. And don't get me on the fucking political scandals. Remember when politicians was coming out left and right, getting found out, cheating on their wives and secretly being DL, and, you know, the wife's just standing there, just taking up for him and then eventually leaving him. You know, remember Anthony Weiner? Oh my God. I'm going to just throw that name out there to you, and I want you to go look him up and the bullshit that he put everybody through. And the motherfucker just couldn't stop, okay? He kept getting chance after chance and just kept fucking up. Oh, it was a time back in the day. Meanwhile, Made in America happened this past weekend, and Kodak Black is in his feelings and basically mad at Jay and them, Rock Nation, because his set got canceled because he was late. He was 30 minutes or so late. And they kept on trying to tell the crowd, okay, well, he's coming. But then they canceled it because he never showed up, or he showed up late. And my whole thing is, this is a festival. This is a festival. They are on a time schedule. So therefore, you have to keep up on that time schedule. I'm not mad at them for canceling it. I don't care who it is. Other people have to go on. And some of these festivals be going on until late in the night, early morning. This is a fucking time limit. So therefore, if you miss it, you fucking miss it. You ain't finna get no special privileges because of who the fuck you are. Child, please. People bigger than you there. And they still was there on time. You know? You just gotta eat that. You gotta eat that L. That's just what it is. Larsa Pippen out here, you know, being with Michael Jackson. Wrong Michael. Wrong MJ. Michael Jordan's son, Marcus, over the weekend. And it just, brought up some rumors and thinking that people were dating or whatever. She's 48, he's 31, and she's known to go after the young pups or whatever, but they claimed that it was nothing sexual between them. It was nothing like that. It was just innocent friends just having something to talk about or whatever. And it is what it is. And I guess the big scandal also is because Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen ain't really cool like that. So Larsa is his ex, and then that's Michael's son. And girl, I wouldn't be surprised if they are doing some shit. I never really liked Larsa. I never liked Larsa because she literally gave off gold digger tease. She gave off gold digger tease all the fucking time. And then after the shit that happened when that lady, what's his name, Malik Beasley or whatever, that situation, oh, she disgusts me with that one. But yeah, honestly, I really don't care. I gotta put my shit in the dryer. Moving on from that, this whole situation with Bishop Lamore Whitehead, he about to sue a blogger named Larry Reed and another blogger named King Jives. All because they was talking shit about him and this robbery that happened when his church got robbed, and the flamboyancy of it all, of him, and where he gets his money and if he's a scammer and all this stuff. And now he want to sue them for $20 million. At this point, he's not going to get $20 million. He's probably not going to get nothing. He's probably going to have to drop the suit anyway. But I really don't care. I don't fancy people like him. Something about him just ain't right. And I just don't get too deep up into shit like that. You did something that was publicly publicized, and everybody and their mama has been talking about it. And, the things that they said about it, a lot of people have said. So you're going to sue them too? You're going to sue everybody that said that? You're not going to win anything. I just want you to know that. It's almost as if you're trying so hard to counteract what people think of him, but you're showing that's exactly what you are. But hey, it is what it is. Moving on from that, Bow Wow. If y'all pay $1,000 to see that man, when you can probably go down to Atlanta and walk and see him on the street somewhere or going to a studio, that's your money. I'm not pocket watching, but I'm just not gonna do it. Not for no Bow Wow at this age and era. Maybe Bow Wow back in the day when Bow Wow was popping, But now I know it'll get you onto the tour bus and get you this and get you that. But it ain't for me. Now, if you want to pay the $1,000, because the Millennium Tour is happening, minus B2K, minus Omarion, is being headlined by Mario and them and Bow Wow. They done took that man tour. Baby, y'all can stop putting up it there. All the B2K interviewers up. Baby, I already knew that. Okay, I've been watching the shit. And I was highly disappointed because it was kind of boring. The good parts was already put out on the internet. And basically what I got out of that 2.5 hour long ass interview, Nori just kept on fucking interjecting. I was like, damn, can Fizz finish his story? Can Bug finish his story? Fuck, let them talk. Okay? That was irritating me. But, basically, the group broke up because Omarion got pissed that Fizz was fucking a bitch that he liked. Even though the girl wasn't his and wasn't fucking with him. The whole time they just basically said, Omarion was being a prima donna in B2K the whole goddamn time. He been plotting and scheming, trying to get to his solo shit. He thought that he was the star of the group, and that's just it. And he broke the group up because of that. At the end of the day, he did have a little minimum success, but Omarion is not as big as he think he is. I just want y'all to know that, okay? His name don't ring bells like that, so I don't know if it was really worth it. I do know that Omarion has a book coming out called Unbothered. J Bug, they was talking about the situation with R. Kelly and working with him, but then they started talking about his situation, his scandal. And the way that J Bug was talking about it and defending him, and if somebody, maybe I'm different. If I know that you out here fucking around with young kids, filming it and doing all this stuff, and I don't care, I can't fuck with you no more. I don't care how long we've been cool. I just can't fuck with you no more because that's just not. I don't fuck with people who do that. J Bug on the other side, on the other hand, he gonna be like, man, that's fucked up, but he still gonna fuck with the nigga. And I'm just gonna be honest, the way that he was speaking about the matter, he really sounds like the type of person that will protect the pedophile in the family. And I tweeted that. He always gave off, and he does, and he's a transphobe, okay? He's a homophobe, most likely. Let me take homophobe out. He's a transphobe. If you transphobic, sometimes that's because he just said some posts, and I'm not saying this just off the top of my head, just make some shit up about J Bug, but go back and look at some of the shit that he done posted about, that whole situation. And I'm pretty sure he just said some things about gay men or whatever. So there's that. It's always the cute one that, got. He's a hotep. He's a fucking hotep. I'm pretty sure he probably got some Dr. CB up in there somewhere. Girl, this case with Tim, y'all remember Tim with Sweetie Pie? The trial has started, okay? And they have presented some text messages saying that basically Andre had texted Robbie, the auntie, his grandmama, Tim's mama, saying that Tim was after him and he wasn't finna stay up in STL because he know that he got people after him. So that at the end of the day, it's too much at this point that is pointing towards Tim doing this shit. And of course, Robbie is gonna stand by her son. It's just she's older, you know what I'm saying? So I guess that's what it is. But that man did that shit and he's not getting out of jail. Too many people have already come forward, and the people that was supposed to be involved, they've already, I think, pleaded guilty or whatever. So he can just stop trying to say that he didn't do it. And then this text message situation, oh yeah, he's going to jail and he's never getting out. This whole situation with the last thing I want to talk about, Mystical going to jail too. Okay, baby, they charged him with first degree rape. They finally charged him. Remember the thing that I talked to y'all about? And he held a girl against her will, and because allegedly she stole like $100 or $200 from him and all that stuff. Yeah, and raped her, did all that shit or whatever. Yeah, this is not his first charge for this, for doing something like this, and now they're charging him for first degree rape, which carries up to 20 years in prison. No, a mandatory life sentence if convicted. But anyway, you got that. And then this is somebody that I don't talk about, don't even know anything about. I've briefly know of Queen Key, and only because she had triplets by this guy. And she has been saying for the longest that he has been a deadbeat. All right. He came out, his name is 600 Breezy or whatever. He came out, and I guess his girlfriend, may she rest in peace, and condolences to the family because that is a sad thing. She allegedly unlived herself, okay? And he was putting posts up and putting text messages up of her, I guess, suicide note or whatever. And a lot of people was not here for what he was doing because they just felt like he was trying to make her situation all about him and get clout off of it. And then Queen Key came out and said, you out here trying to be like you grieving for somebody, but yet your ass can't take care of your goddamn kids. And then they found a clip of him on live basically telling her to kill herself, unalive herself, and to fuck them kids. I don't give a fuck if they mines or not. I don't give a fuck about them. And I said, wow, because some shit went down and he took it out on the kids and her. I just said, that's fucked up. So basically, they just trying to show a pattern that this man ain't shit. And I just feel like you just got to be careful who you fuck around with. You really do. You really do. And I just feel bad. I feel bad that this woman's life and situation is being overshadowed by the bullshit that's coming along with him, and then this situation with his baby mama. We shouldn't be talking about this shit. We should be talking about her life. That's what we should be talking about. But it is very unfortunate. But you guys tell me how you feel, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. It's 8 o'clock, bitch. 8:07. Oh, I gotta go put my clothes in the dryer. I will see y'all later. Be good, be safe, be cool.